we're going over our 4 different submissions from obviously side mount, crossbody, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to start this off. A lot of times, obviously to finish the shoulder lock from here, I need my elbow to set this up correctly on the crink of his neck. So figure 4 is arm, monkey grip here, or ball and socket, however you want to call it. Monkey grip there, ball and socket there. And all I'm doing is putting his hand, I'm painting the mat, I'm putting his hand in his back pocket. So as I pry the elbow up, I'm pulling his hand toward, putting it in his back pocket. Boom, and there you have it. But I can't finish this if my arm is underneath his neck, okay? And that happens a lot of times, like you just be rolling and then just that wrist ends up in your hand. So here's what there's some more submissions from here, because a lot of times, well, I can do this on JJ. You can pop it off and then fix it and finish it there. So if that ever happens, that opportunity, and you get it there, boom. I still have the figure 4. Don't let go of that figure 4. Slide it off his head, stay skin to skin, and then you can still finish that lock. One thing you don't want to do is, if I have this figure 4, is like pop it off, because if he's good, he's going to Y escape or put me back in the guard or do something, and then I'm going to end up losing this submission for sure, and probably losing this position. So from that, if you collect it like so, keep skin to skin. Don't get overzealous. From here, I'm going to be heavy on his head, slide it over, and then bang, you can still finish the submission. But in and of itself, here's a couple more. So from here, same thing, figure 4. I have a monkey grip on both hands. So all I'm going to do, here's one is a wrist lock. So what I'm going to do is pick that up, and then the pressure, when I put my hand on his arm, it's right where the joint, where the hand meets the wrist, or the wrist is where the hand meets the arm. So I come here. Once again, I'm going to keep his palm, the top of his hand, stuck on the ground, okay? Now, as I pick that shoulder up, I'm pushing down here with the outside of my hand. So that's 1, okay? That's 1 submission we have there. 2, now if you notice, when I'm doing all this, I'm keeping high up on his head, okay? I want my knee as close to his head as I can, all right? Boom, boom. So, wrist lock. Now from there, my inside hand is gonna take the place of my outside hand from there, and I'm still gonna keep his head secure. Pull that there. So I have a shoulder lock there, bang. So first one, wrist lock. 2, shoulder lock, okay? Now, 3, from here, I pass it off. I had figure 4. I'm gonna pass this off. So I have a free hand now. My free hand is gonna go inside of his armpit. Now from there you go. All I'm doing is bringing his chin to his chest. There you go, like so. Okay, so once again, so here I collect it and I still have the head. I'm like, ah, goodness. I have a couple guys in here like that, really big heads, and there's no way I can get my arm around his head. So I'm kind of like stuck here and I don't wanna let go. So 1, wrist lock. 2, pass it off. Shoulder lock. 3, after I pass it off, my hand, first palm up, supinate, is gonna go inside, okay? It's gonna be tight in there. And then all I'm doing is bringing his chin to his chest. That's the 3rd. Now the 4th, if I'm here, I'm gonna pass it off, so now I have a free hand. Now, where my arm bends is gonna go around his wrist, below my hand. So, my hand grabs my tricep, my other hand grabs I'll do this from another angle, grabs my elbow, and then squeeze. Boom, okay, and then you have a bicep lock. So let's get this over here. Thank you, JJ. Now, you collect it, okay? So I've collected it from here. I'm securing the head. Now, if you have the space, keep skin to skin. Clear the head, boom, and you'll get the submission from there. He's not that flexible, so if you have somebody you're training with that's not that flexible, you'll get it before you even try it. So that's the first one. If we get there, slide it, you have the shoulder lock, okay? Now, if you can't, the first one we have is a wrist lock. Boom. I'm securing, I'm really making pressure on this wrist as I'm picking this elbow up. That's the first one, wrist lock. Now, shoulder lock. So I went from figure 4. My inside hand is gonna take the place of my outside hand, but that still stays on the mat, so I'm not going anywhere. Boom, that's the second one. The third one is, same from that figure 4, I'm going to swap off. Now I have the wrist control there. I have a free hand. Palm up, supinate. I'm gonna put that inside of his armpit. I'm gonna bring his chin to his chest. Now, if you notice, my knee, I'm still heavy on his head. If I get back on his hips on this one and he's good, like it's not the same movement. So when you're doing that, you need to make sure you're staying on his head, okay? And I'm still making pressure here. So you'll finish the neck crank with the shoulder lock at the same time. Boom. That's the third one. Now the fourth one, here's what we're gonna do. Say my figure four, I'm stuck around his head, I can't get it out. I'm going to pass it off. So I have a free hand. My free hand's gonna come over. Same thing, skin to skin. I don't take my arm off and do one of those numbers, because if he's good, he's gonna get out, or I'm gonna get stuck in put me back on the guard or get out, whatever. So from here, my figure four, swap hands, skin to skin. Now the crank of my arm is gonna go underneath my hand. My inside hand grabs my tricep, my outside grabs my elbow. From there, all I'm doing is bringing my elbows together, and that's a bicep lock. Boom, from there. Especially the bigger guys use, because it puts way more pressure on there because they've got more volume in there, so you get it. The smaller people, not so much, but one more time from there. So, however you end up catching this. If I get this figure four, one, skin to skin, take it off. Your original shoulder lock you have there, boom, okay? Now, if I can't, I'm wrestling one of my big head guys. Now we have a wrist lock. We have a shoulder lock. I'm gonna pass this off. We have, boom, 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 a neck crank, pass it off. Supinate, hand inside, boom. And then the last one, we're gonna go for, I'm gonna swap it off. So I have a free hand, skin to skin, at the wrist. This hand goes on my tricep, this hand goes on my elbow. Squeeze it together. So, I'll let JJ do it to me for a while, beat me up. So, because this is the first time he's learned it today, so you can give somebody like a different point of view from somebody who's done it before and somebody who's brand new on it. But if you have questions, if you have comments, hit us up. We can break each move down more individually, whatever you need to do, but in and of itself, these are 4 different submissions you have if you're collecting the head on that shoulder lock, if you can't clear your arm to finish it. So, once again, if you have questions, comments, hit us up. But for right now, if you didn't know.
Now you know.
Okay, now I'm down. You cool?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's just an elbow that's not that flexible. I mean, shoulder.
Okay.
So we're here.
Okay, so we're here. Now JJ collects this, there you go. Now, if you could, I have a fat head, so he pops this off. Take this around my head. Still keep all those if you can, JJ. Can you keep your hands bigger forward? My head might be too big. Now just slide that off. There you go. And that's the first submission right there. He was able to slide it off my head. Now he's got that shoulder lock. Finish that, JJ. 1. Now put it back, please. Now say, for example, we get here and he can't take it off my fat head, or I'm pushing down with my head to where he can't clear his arm, which happens a lot too, because I know if he gets that arm out, he'll end up submitting me. So if I bury that, then he's got a wrist lock. That's 1. And then from there, he's gonna keep it. He's gonna pass it off. This hand is gonna take the place of this hand on the wrist. Keep it, and then he's got a shoulder lock. Boom, that's 2. Now the third one, this hand, his palm's gonna be up. He's gonna put this hand in my armpit. That's the third one. Now the fourth one, he's going to hug my arm. Yeah, go. Good, and that's the fourth one. So let's go from the beginning. So the first one, if you have this set up, clear my head, just keep it and slide it off. That's number 1. Finish that, please. Go. That's the first one. Okay, now, if you're here and you can't get it, boom, wrist lock, boom. Then you have shoulder lock. Then you have neck crank. And then you have bicep lock. Last time, all of them, please. To clear that from, sorry, to clear that from, yep, boom, that's 1. 2. Keep that neck crank. And then bicep lock. Ay, 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 go, go, go. Good, good, JJ. Now, all those are painful as all get out. The last one which one is most painful for you?
The bicep.
Yeah, that last submission, the bicep lock, definitely really hurt. So, but all of them are painful. I think just because maybe the wrist hurts as well, but you can't take it as far or really hurt or definitely do some soft tissue damage. So, but everything you're in there is going to make somebody tap. If you have questions about any of this, if you have comments, like I said earlier, let us know. But one thing on this the transition on setting everything up is that you have to be high up on your opponent's head. We're gonna back up a second. I'm gonna hit this again. So, but JJ is gonna be down by my hips more, and I'll show you one of the ways that you would not get stuck in any of these. So watch this real quick. Yeah, you're getting me. So if you hit this, JJ, like, okay, so great. Yeah, now we're here. So turn sideways, turn sideways. If JJ's down on my hips, get up on my head for a sec, please. Now this is where you wanna be, high up on the head. Now go back down, please. Now, if he's down on my hips, from here, the pressure's not anywhere near what it normally was. Like from here, I can come here and get out from that way. I can put him back in the guard. Sorry. There's a lot of different variations. We'll make another video for that. But all of these submissions we're doing today, you have to be high up on the head. So, last time for the day. If you have questions, if you have comments, let us know. But for right now, if you didn't know,
No, you don't.